That was the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life. Welcome to Sapa and welcome to another G-Dubs video. Me and em travelled, was convinced to go on the sleeper bus from Hanoi to Sapa, which was actually really bloody good. I'm 6'3" and I could pretty much fully lie down. You want to make sure if you do get it, you get the 20 sleeper and not the 30 sleeper. It's the exact same size, but they fit an extra 10 people in. So yeah, if you want a bit more comfort, a little bit more space, that is what you want to do. We're going to be exploring Sapa, taking you through the best activities, things to see, the best viewpoints. Of course, a little bit of cat and taking on Fansipan, the highest peak in the area. So obviously it's strap in as always. If you like what you see, the Hanoi video will now be live on the channel and we're heading to Ninh Bình after this, so plenty of Vietnam content. We're now en route to 10k subs, absolutely insane target. Do me a favor, do yourself a favor, hit that button down below. Without further ado, baby, let's get cooking. Activity number one, boxed off. Just went to Moana Cafe. Aptly named, or inaptly named, because I didn't see him pour one coffee when the whole time we're there. It was 80,000 dong to get in per person, and you get like a free bottle of water or something. It's definitely a place for people who like JPEGs, who like photos. We went a little bit later than we normally would because we're absolutely knackered after a big travel day yesterday. But it goes without saying, get there early, you won't have to queue for things. Obviously we went there a little bit later, about 9:30. And do you know what I mean, if you want to get the photos on like the hands of the god and the bridge and all that sort of stuff, do you know what I mean, there is a little bit of a queue. It's nothing too crazy, but again, if you want to fly through and if you want to take loads of photos, do you know what I mean, you can't be taking the piss when it is super busy. I think it's like 45 minutes to an hour activity, but it definitely is one of those things. It is for people who like taking photos. If you're not a photo person, you will absolutely hate being there. And as I say, Moana Cafe, didn't see him pour one coffee, one drink or anything like that the whole time. So yeah, get to G-Dub seal of approval because you know we're about our JPEGs, but for anyone else, something worth considering. Exploring Sapa itself, I think completely different to what I expected. I expected there to be nothing going on here at all. It's actually a pretty big town, especially because obviously it's on such a steep gradient. To walk from one side to the other, it's probably going to take you like 30-40 minutes, especially if you go down to kind of Cat in the afternoon. But yeah, obviously went over to Gecko Cafe. I would definitely recommend that. You'll go on the first floor and you're overlooking like the lake, and there's lots going on in front of you, so it's a good little people watching spot. Obviously G-Dubs on a little banana milkshake, the king, getting some caffeine in the bones. However, they do sell monsters here, so I saved the caffeine for the old monsters. Delicious bit of kit as always. Use Gaz at checkout, save yourself 10% off. I think in terms of like Sapa, my initial thoughts are it is a beautiful place. There's a lot going on in terms of like the scenery, the backdrop, the rice field, see the cable car going across the mountain, the funicular. It's jaw-dropping in terms of that kind of landscape type stuff, but then it adds the polar opposite in terms of in the city centre itself. It's really busy, especially in the evening. You've got all like the bright lights. It's an active place, kind of similar to what I said about Hanoi, where it is like sensory overload at times. I think here as well, I'm not sure if this is just us, but I don't know, I feel as if everyone's on their grind, don't get me wrong, you're trying to make money, but some of the prices we're getting quoted for taxis for ridiculous distances are outrageous, like $15, $20, $25 for taxi places. So maybe we just have a look about us and people think, yeah, we're gonna get them. But yeah, just have your wits about you. Obviously, know what your conversions are to dollar, pound, whatever your kind of currency is. Before you agree to something, I think that if you do get a taxi, you can go on a meter, which I think from when we've paid, we've ended up overpaying, but I kind of like the security of saying, right, it's 50 dong or 100 dong or whatever it is before you get in, because you never know what can happen with a taximeter once you're in there. But yeah, Sapa itself, a lot going on in the centre, beautiful architecture, lovely kind of buildings, insanely bright lights, juxtaposition with all the mountains, the backdrop, and the beauty of that side of things. So yeah, lovely little spot, definitely worth half a day exploring. So yeah, gets a G-Dubs tick of approval. Cat Village, insanely overrated. I don't know if this was like a scam or something, because it only cost us like 80p, but the taxi only took us like halfway and wouldn't take us the rest of the way, and we're like, we'll just pay you double or whatever it was to to go the further distance, but yeah, just stopped this roadblock and wouldn't take us any further. So that was obviously setting us off on a little bit of a bad note. It's right at the bottom of Sapa, so I'd probably say it's like a 20-minute taxi or scooter ride down there. If you do walk, it's a bloody long way, obviously all downhill on the way there, and then on the way back, obviously you're going all uphill, and it's obviously, yeah, really, really steep on the way back. So obviously depending on your budget. In terms of getting in, it's 150,000 dong to get in. And again, I'm always keen to find out what people's what different people's experiences are, but I just find it really gimmicky. You pay to get in, and then within 1 minute there's like a really cool tree house. So we were literally like, oh, let's go in the tree house. Oh yes, pay extra to get in the tree house. So it's like, well, why did you just charge a price where you can go into all like the cool things? And apart from the little tree house, all the other stuff, I didn't think there was anything to see there at all. It's just loads and loads of shops. If you walk through Sapa, you've seen, you know what I mean, all the main shops that there are in there anyway. You don't need to go down to Cat. And I feel as if it was a lot more salesy, just people shouting buy something, buy something, buy something at you over and over and over again. So I find that pretty annoying. The good things, of course, because there are also always pros and cons in life. The good things are that it's super, super nice view. You've got obviously all the rice fields, you've got all the mountains in the backdrop, seeing up to Fansipan and stuff like that. But again, you can see those views from kind of Sapa and the road down to where we're staying at my boutique hotel. So yeah, I don't think there's anything to write home about. And then yeah, down at the bottom there's like a nice river and a little waterfall. Is it nice? Yes. Is it the nicest one I've ever seen? No. So I think for me, if you're looking to either save money or if you're looking something to cut off your itinerary, I would say Cat because yeah, wasn't the best, and I would definitely label it as overrated. Get it out of there. Day number 2 was genuinely the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life. Fansipan Hike up to the roof of Indo-Chinese. It was an absolute brutal uphill battle the whole way. So we started off at about 1,900 meters in elevation, and we were going up to 3,147, something like that. So I was thinking, you just get there, you box off, do you know what I mean, the meters going up. Oh no, we started going downhill, which is never a good sign. Absolutely killer on the quads, the legs, the calves. Located the calves, destroyed them, and sent them on a one-way ticket to the old gulag. Sort of a nice sort of start in terms of like you walk through all kind of like grassland, riverland, and there's a, do you know what I mean, just gently undulating, just to warm you up, tease you into what was absolutely ridiculous. So Chu, my guide, absolute legend of the scene, went with the Sapa trekking company. Highly recommend them. If you go online, insane website, really professional, and do you know what I mean, just really good reviews. There's a few people who are like, I'll take you on short notice and all that sort of stuff, and it's like, that's never always the best sign. So yeah, would definitely recommend them. He picked me up at 5 AM. We got to the start point for 5:24 AM, and I said to him, like, what's like the average time? And he was like, one way just to go up. It's usually 6 hours, which is actually longer than I thought it'd be. I said, what's the fastest time you've ever done it? He said 4 hours. I will let you guess. I'm going to tell you in about 30 seconds time how fast do you think G-Dubs did it. Left the king behind today because she has injured her knee, so they sent the mountain goat Jonas Vingegaard, Tadej Pogacar, into the mountains again on his own. And then once you get through the kind of gentle undulating bit, it starts kicking up a bit. We saw a couple of water buffaloes pretty bloody close. I didn't know if they were going to come for us or not. And then it is stairs. I literally did Stairmaster for 2.5 hours, super steep, including like quite a lot of ladders as well that you literally had to climb and scramble up, which was really difficult. It took us 2 hours. You can do this as a 2-day trek or a 1-day trek. It took us 2 hours 15 minutes to get to where they stop on the first day and stay overnight. 1, I don't think it's a 2-day trek, and 2, I would not want to stay in the little like shack tent, like teepee type thing. I just wouldn't be staying there personally. But yeah, the legs were getting battered. I was getting cramp in my quads, like absolutely brutal for the last bit, like climbing up. I've never been up as many stairs in my life. However, when somebody sets us a target, a goal, a challenge, we take it and we absolutely knock it into oblivion. 3 hours 24 minutes. I'm going to put this down. No one who's watching this video will get a faster time. That's just one way, just going up to get to the top. Absolutely ridiculous bit of kit, but once you get to the top, we're talking silly panoramic 360-degree views. So obviously you've got in the distance on one side, obviously you've got China. Unfortunately you cannot see China. I was led to believe that you could on a clear day, but you definitely couldn't. And yeah, it's just ridiculous views all the time. You can see how windy it is today. This is how windy it was when I was at the top, but times by about 10. So yeah, that was less than ideal. Let me just take my cap off and let the lid roam free. But yeah, the views are absolutely insane at the top. It is super windy. I walked up the whole way in shorts and t-shirt and was absolutely boiling. Like, you know me, I'm always in shorts and t-shirt. It was roasting, but at the top, it was so cold. Like my hands, I literally lost feeling in all my fingers. They were pure white, which is what we sort of describe as less than ideal. So I didn't need anything in my bag the whole way. I just carried up about 10 kgs worth of water and supplies just in case. But once you're at the top, you will need a jumper, a jacket, because yeah, it is super cold. And do you know what I mean? I didn't want to injure myself anymore. Obviously I've got all the taping on my knee and my ankle. And stuff like that, and obviously it is super slippy, so I walked up but I didn't want to walk down, so went to get the cable car. I think this is actually a bit of a piss take, to be fair. The cable car is unbelievable service in terms of like how good it is, but it's the same price to go up and down as it is to just go one way. So I ended up paying $98 for the hike itself, which was phenomenal. Couldn't recommend enough. But then I paid the same price because M came and met me at the top. It was an extra 950 dong, which works out to about 30 quid, just to get back down on the cable car and the funicular and the train. Very good service on both those, and beautifully clean. So yeah, can't complain at that, but I feel as if the price is pretty ridiculous when you think it's the same price to go up and down. So unless you really like hiking and challenge and you want to take on G-dubs, I would probably advise just go up there, get the viewpoint, take in the ruthless scenery, and that is going to be an absolute bangwari afternoon for yourselves. Cheers now. Sapa accommodation, £24 a night. Me and the king, we rolled the dice this time. It was 94 on booking.com. We thought we'll just turn up and just back ourselves a couple of bougie backpackers. But yeah, 2 pillows, the things you love to see. This one pillow setup is not what you want. Just a little bit of space, room for activities. But yeah, not quite got the hostel life down yet, Em.
Nope.
TV, bit of aircon action, a little bit of balcony. Absolute pleasure as always. Well done, the king. Sapa outro, and I've managed to convince the king, so you can have some absolute words of wisdom. Let me know what you think. Should we get the king in more of these? In the comments down below. But Sapa for me, let's start with the positives. Amazing scenery, the rice fields, the mountains, beautiful place. I'd obviously say the highlight is doing the hike, but it was generally the hardest thing I've ever done. I think in terms of the best things here, again, is going up to that viewpoint, which depending on your budget, it's 30 quid to go up and down. So again, something to bear in mind. Sapa, bit of you?
I really liked it. It was kind of nice to get away from Hanoi, which was very busy, but then again, it is busy, but like in the day, cute little cafes, like with the rice field, and yeah, no, really nice. Yeah,
I agree. Like when we got here, we thought Sapa was going to be like super quiet, not much going on, do a hike, see the rice fields, etc. Super busy place. Like there's all like kind of lights and stuff like that around. So yeah, there's definitely places to booze up. There's a lot going on in the evenings. We got here on a Saturday night and it was absolute pandemonium. So yeah, I think there's a bit for everyone. I'd say slightly more expensive, and just confirm your stuff with your taxis. And there's no grab here, which is the best thing in Southeast Asia since sliced bread. But yeah, if you enjoy what you see, drop us a message down in the comments. We're now en route to 10k subs on Unbelievable Scenes. If you're watching this, the Hanoi vlog will be live. We're going to Ninh Bình next, so follow along for the journey. And remember, the chef,
always cooking.
Oh baby, on cue, didn't even practice. Things you love to see. Cheers now.